Hello students, welcome to La Excellence IAS Kalam program, Season 2, Episode 35. This is a GS Mains answer writing initiative. I am Kiran Mai and we will be continuing this season for about 50 episodes. Let us look at today's question. The question says, what is meant by the term constitutional morality? How does one uphold constitutional morality? This question is for 10 marks and we have to write the answer in 150 words. This is a question from General Studies paper 4 of Ethics and topic constitutional morality. This is a previous year question from 2019 mains from GS4 Ethics. If we look at the context in which this question was asked, there were many verdicts of Supreme Court in 2018 which upheld constitutional morality over the customary morality. For example, certain provisions of Section 377 of IPC which criminalized the homosexuals were struck down. It was held that constitutional morality is more important than social morality. Also, there were other judgments like right to privacy judgment, that is Puttaswamy case, Sabarimala issue wherein primacy was given to individual freedom rather than group interests. Also, Section 497 of IPC was struck down. It was criminalizing adultery. It was struck down saying that it was discriminatory against women. Women were considered as property of men, losing her identity. So, is this constitutional morality a new concept? No, it has been there since the times of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, where he referred to it as the medium to decrease the disparities which are existing in the society. It was also invoked prior in Keshwananda Bharati case. Also, in the recent times, in many judgments, this constitutional morality has been used to support the judgments. There was also intense criticism and debates of this doctrine, saying Supreme Court is trying to widen its powers under Article 142, that is to deliver complete justice. Attorney General Mr. K. Venugopal said that he hoped that the concept of constitutional morality dies at its birth itself. So, there was an intense debate on constitutional morality all throughout 2018 and 19, and hence this question was asked. If we look at some of the value addition points that can be written in this answer, some of the articles, especially those under the fundamental rights which uphold the constitutional morality, could be written, or the preamble to the constitution can be referred to in our answer, some of the principles enshrined in the preamble. Also, the Supreme Court cases which I referred to in the context can be written as a value addition point. And any comments from prominent persons like President or from the Supreme Court or High Court judges, any important comment which came in the newspapers could be written as a value addition point. Apart from all these things, because this is a GS4 ethics paper, any of the ethical thinkers' view will add a great value to our answers. Always remember, the thinkers, what we read in ethics, they will not be asking direct questions relating to them. We have to bring in the thinkers' concepts into our answers. No explicit question on thinkers will be given. Coming to what is to be avoided while writing this answer is, don't write the constitutional morality only from the judicial perspective. See, it is asking about how one upholds constitutional morality. So don't write only the judicial judgments. You can also write about various other organs of government. For example, the legislature by passing a law can uphold constitutional morality, or it can be upheld by an executive order or administrative rules which are framed. So don't restrict yourself only to the judicial dimension of the question. Also, try to avoid the criticism of constitutional morality, because the demand of the question is that how one upholds constitutional morality. Stick to it, try to avoid criticism. Even if you want to write to make the answer holistic, you can write in the conclusion in one line. that it has been criticized or it has been much debated about. Okay, if we look at how to approach this answer in the introduction, body and conclusion format, in the introduction, I think it is best to give the definition of constitutional morality. What is meant by the term constitutional morality? Coming to the body part, the question has got two parts. First part is asking the term constitutional morality. Second one is asking how we uphold constitutional morality. So in the first part, once we have defined constitutional morality in the introduction, the first part of the body should contain the examples. Ethics is all about examples. Whatever term is asked, try to cite some examples suggesting the same. Okay. So the first part can be written by citing the examples of constitutional morality. Then the second part, regarding how we uphold constitutional morality, we can write that the values are impregnated from the school level itself. Also, you can write how various organs of government perform in upholding constitutional morality, just as I discussed some time back. Coming to the conclusion, you will have to write about the importance of constitutional morality, the constitutional values, how they help in upholding the modern democratic principles of liberty, equality, etc. Now let us look at one of the sample answers. So this person writes, constitutional morality is a doctrine which means drawing the morals which are guiding principles in our lives from the constitutional values and strict adherence to them, even if they are violative of customary or social morality. Okay, what does it mean? That we have got some morals. What are the morals which guide us whether we are doing right thing or wrong thing? These morals, wherever from they are drawn, is added as adjective. For example, constitutional morality means these values we are drawing from the constitution. What do you understand by customary morality then? The customs which we practice. For example, a man marrying a woman is customary in our tradition. But now, the transgender issue, if we see, previously homosexuals were criminalized and Supreme Court has held that this criminalization has to be struck off. Okay, it means that constitutional morality prevailed over customary morality, prevailed over the customs. So constitutional values have got more importance over the customary values and the social values, that is the societal values. That is what he is trying to write in the first part, where he is defining it. Then he is writing the examples. He has used a tabular form to write the examples. He is writing the example here, and then he is writing social or religious morality, what it says, and then constitutional morality. Coming to transgender issue, he is writing that homosexuals were criminalized, they were discriminated and stigmatized according to the religious morality and social or customary morality. What does constitutional morality say is that Article 14, which means or which says right to equality, Article 15, right against discrimination, and Article 21, right to life and personal liberty, decriminalizes homosexuals. So this is what is upheld by constitutional morality. What does he write further? He writes yet another example of instant triple talaq. Okay, instant triple talaq example he is writing. What does religious morality say here? It upholds the practice of instant triple talaq as a part of personal law. But what does constitutional morality say? It made, so instant triple talaq was made null and void by Supreme Court as per Articles 14, 15 and 21. 14, 15 and 21, the same ones which we discussed above. Okay, so he has tried to define what is constitutional morality and how it differentiates from other forms of customary or social morality by giving two examples in the first page of the answer. Let us see what he writes further. Here he is addressing the second part of the question, where he is writing about how to uphold constitutional morality. In this, he has written about school level, just as we discussed, teaching constitutional values, as school helps in a great way in developing child's value system. We have one chapter in ethics which talks about the role of parents, school, and the society in shaping the value system of children. So that you can use here because school helps in a great way in developing the child's value system. He then writes, civil society organization by criticizing the practices of the society which go against constitutional morality. Example, criticizing the discrimination against women in armed forces. You all must be aware of the women's role in combat roles, which was debated in the recent times, and finally they were allowed to be given combat roles by the Supreme Court's judgment. Okay, so civil society organizations can play a role by criticizing the practices of society. It will come from these criticisms. The judgments or even the legislature's role will come from this criticism which is started by civil society organizations. Then this person is writing legislature's role by passing appropriate laws. For example, the Transgenders Protection Act was passed in 2019. He has given examples everywhere. Judicial activism. The judiciary upheld constitutional morality in recent times through various judgments. For example, he has given examples here also. He has written decriminalizing homosexuality, which we have discussed even in the context and even this person has discussed as an example in the first page. He also mentioned the name of the case, Navtej Singh Johar case. Try to remember the names of the cases so that it will give a good value addition to your answer. Then Shabarimala verdict permitting women of 10 to 50 years age to enter the temple. What is this case? Young Lawyers Association case. Banning of instant triple talaq. So this was one more case where constitutional morality was upheld. He then writes, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar referred to constitutional morality as an answer to the disparity in the society. We have discussed this point, so he is bringing in the thinker here. It has a transformative character. Constitutional morality has a transformative character in its ability to transform the medieval hierarchical societies to egalitarian democratic society as observed by Supreme Court. This was an observation or a comment passed by Supreme Court in one of the judgments, and he has tried to incorporate that here. If you see, he has written a very dense answer. This is a conclusion. In this conclusion, he has incorporated a thinker as well as Supreme Court's comment. If we analyze the entire answer, he has written the first part giving a good definition, followed by two examples of what constitutional morality is, how it differs from religious morality or customary morality. Though the differentiation has not been asked for, normally it is very difficult to explain constitutional morality alone. Okay, all by itself it can't be explained, and as a result he tried to make use of comparison between religious morality or customary morality and constitutional morality. I think this is a good first part of the answer. Coming to the second part, how to uphold the constitutional morality. He is writing about the school level interventions, also intervention by the civil society organization. Civil society organizations are considered as the fifth organ of the democracy. What are the first three organs? Executive, legislature and judiciary. What is the fourth organ then? Media is considered as the fourth organ of democracy, and civil society organization is considered as the fifth organ of democracy. So he has mentioned the role of civil society organization, he has mentioned the legislature's role and judicial activism or judiciary's role in upholding constitutional morality. He has also given a very good conclusion incorporating thinker as well as a comment of the Supreme Court. I think it is a very good answer. Let us all come to the end of our discussion. We have discussed in detail about how to write this answer. Before ending the discussion, I would like to give you all a task of reading about the most important judgments of last 3 or 4 years along with some of the important comments made by the judges. Okay, it could be comments from the dissenting judges also. which you can write in your answers as a value addition. Make a note of all of these in about 150 to 250 words and keep it ready for your mains exam. Let us all meet again tomorrow. Thank you.